One thing that is fairly universal, I would say, in retirement is the lack of a pension these days. Americans miss their pensions and the guaranteed income that they provide. A new survey found that 75% agree with the statement. The disappearance of traditional pensions has made it harder for workers to achieve the American dream. Pretty daunting, damning statement there. But guys, is there a way to create that personal pension so that someone can still pursue that American dream?
Well, I remember back, and Dave, you're a couple of years older than myself, but I remember back when I first started my job, we started putting money into different types of accounts. And originally, the company I worked for actually had a pension that has since went away, and I know that that's happened in a lot of companies out there. And these numbers actually show that, I mean, and the numbers are kind of staggering. Between 1975 and 2019, there were over 27 million, and now they're down to like 13 million pensions available out there for different people. I know that with myself, working with a lot of clients that are signing up for Medicare, I deal a lot with a lot of people in the ERS, I call them. You got your SIRS and your STIRS, and I think your wife is part of the STIRS, which is the teachers pension program, and then you've got PERS and OPERS here in Ohio. And I know that there are different states have different. OPERS is Ohio Public Employee Services, and I know they still have the pensions available, and they're still doing the pension payouts and things like that. But I don't know if that's really something that a lot of people are doing anymore. When you look at these numbers, it's kind of staggering. And, an article says that 2/3 of those surveyed said that 401ks are better than pensions. And the one thing that I would say that may be leading to that is, it's kind of like that forced savings, right? If I put money, it's taken out of my paycheck, I get an employee match, I just put it in, it's out of sight, out of mind. And I know that I've got some investments at the end, but they're really not pensions. Dave, you've worked with this a lot more than I have, but what do you think that some of these numbers are leaning towards, and what's the cause of that?
Looking at pension plans specifically, there are two types. One is called a defined contribution plan, where you put in a percentage of your salary, you pick some investments, and if there's growth, God willing, you have some good income at retirement. The second type is called defined benefit, and all of those pensions that you described, OPERS, STRS, SERS, 90+% of the people enrolled in those plans are in defined benefit. So what happens is you work all these years, and they take an average of your 3 to 5 best years, and they guarantee you an income for life. Well, the problem with those with defined benefit is many of those plans are underfunded, which means they can't guarantee the benefits. So it forces these pension managers to take ungodly types of risk to try to shorten the gap between what the current funding is and what the funding needs to be. So what's ended up happening, especially in the private sector, is a lot of companies now have basically offered their employees a cash out option.
Sure.
So they can, in essence, cancel the pension program. And that's a liability that these companies do not want. And if you talk to an Ohio public teacher, they're all upset because the state pension has ceased paying cost of living adjustments. And so there's a lot of anger over the pension system and how it's playing out.
Yeah, I had a client in actually last week, and I'm going to talk a little more about his situation here in another segment. But, he was looking at taking a plop. And basically what that's going to do is they're going to get a kind of like their pension, they take a payout, and then they get to control that. And that's where, you guys really come in handy is they can come to you with this, plop of money and invest it on their own through you, which is a great thing to do. So Dave, let me ask you this, because there again, this isn't my lane, but if someone wanted to create something like a pension, we have tools and products to do that. We could set them up into an annuity, correct?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
that would work kind of like your employee pension, your employer pension, I should say. Why don't you talk a little bit more about how the annuity would work for them?
Well, I've been here long enough to understand what the independent income system is. And the bottom line is this: whatever your fixed costs are, if you have a mortgage, if you have bills that you have to pay, create an account that will guarantee that you're going to have the money that you need to pay for all of your expenses. And then hopefully, if you've done a good job of saving and investing, there's additional money that can be set aside for taking vacations, doing extra things, or in some cases having a nest egg in the event that healthcare situation pops up. But the independent income system allows people to utilize Social Security, a pension if they have one, but to take their 401k or their retirement savings and use annuities to help generate the needed income that they have to have every month through their entire retired life, and also build in an inflation hedge so that as costs go up, they're going to have the money that they need to pay for those increased costs.
Yeah, so if you're listening out there and you're looking for something that works like a pension, we've got products available for that. You can reach out to us at arhq.com, and the guys with Dave and Nolan's team can help you put together something like that. But there are definitely ways to structure your portfolio to perform like that guaranteed pension. Unfortunately, the guarantees are going away in a lot of these pensions.
Yes.
The solvency of a lot of pensions have kind of gone by the wayside. Pensions as a whole have, ceased to exist for a lot of people that are certainly just now entering into the workforce, but the younger workers right now, I know for a fact I'm not relying on a pension, coming my way anytime, but there is a way to still create that pension-like income, and not just income for life, that is important, but income for lifestyle, making sure that the buying power of those dollars, down the line, as inflation continues to be a factor, it always will be a factor, but you still have the ability to maintain that lifestyle. It is part of the independent income system, which you can, there is a quick video. If you just Google independent income system, the video pops up right there. You can check it out. You can also sit down and speak with the guys, schedule a time, and see how it all works together for you. 419-794-3030 is the phone number, or you can go to the website, and that is arhq.com.